Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to the really long walk. And my computer's working. it's actually working. I actually started to record this Monday, but I just was not feeling that grand that day. If I was a candy bar, it would not be 100 grand that I would compare myself to. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling it good. And also, it started off by, hey, I know that there's a ravine here. It was just a little bit past this, I think, that oh crap, that was kind of dangerous. Oh boy, wow, that is way dangerous. Yeah, let's not go down there. Yeah, I got distracted by my computer not working good, and I was just not feeling that great anyway. And yeah, just wound up not recording after all. Had to. Luckily, I do a backup after every single video, or at least I try to remember to do that after every single video. And luckily, I did remember the last time. Restored it, and here we are. We're back where we're not where we started. Where we were at where we left off last time. You guys know what I mean. Probably know what I mean. It would make sense if you didn't, but possibly know what I mean. Actually, I don't think we quite need 3 beds. So yeah, my computer was giving me some trouble. Looks like it's still not quite perfect, but I did take it in the other room and open it and busted it open and did the old cleaning it out. All the dust and cat hair, and not that much cat hair really. Actually, not any cat hair. We got cat hair in other places, but I guess my computer is a place that's actually seems to be free of it. But it was plenty of dust. Plenty of dust. And cleaned it out. Made it all better as far as that goes. So so that's better. And I'm so hesitant to do this because to do a full format. It has been suggested that I need to do just a whole. I forgot how the boats used to be screwed up. I've gotten spoiled by them actually working the way they're supposed to now. But yeah, I need to do a whole reformat and just start fresh. But I'm just hesitant to do that. I don't. Okay, what the crap, man? Boat. You're not really there, are you? Boat, where are you? Hello, boat. I don't know where the boat really is. I can really stand on it. Oh well, I guess I'll make another one. Yeah, I really miss when the boats were broken. Do you guys miss when the boats were broken? Yeah. Yeah, we all miss when the boats were broken. So yeah, I do need to. I need to do it. I'm gonna work up the courage to do it eventually. I'm always worried of missing something that I don't want to lose, especially. It's especially a thing that I just don't. I don't want to risk losing anything that I could use, and with my memory, I don't always trust. I don't always trust my memory, If we've learned anything, we should know that my memory is not to be trusted. So I might think I've got everything, and then not. Another thing is, I've actually been keeping a lot of my YouTube videos, and that does take up space, and I don't have any way to back that up externally. I do have an external hard drive, but I don't keep it plugged in because it starts making noises if I plug it in, which obviously means it's not very reliable. Its reliable days are done. So that I can actually get stuff off of it if I need it. I've plugged it in a few times and I can still get stuff on it, but I have tried to put stuff onto it, get stuff off of it. If I try to put something onto it, it takes forever for it to happen if it does. So that's not really a viable and safe way to back stuff up. I guess there's not any just large cloud storage that that's available without dropping some money on it, which isn't a great option at the moment. But yeah, there's definitely some videos that I would like to make sure not to lose. They're probably, it's probably not something to worry about, especially considering that YouTube is from news stories here lately, they are getting a little bit more a little safer to not safer, but a little bit more communicative. There's definitely been channels that have went down with no explanation whatsoever, and I would like to not, if my channel were to were to go down, I would like to have some of my videos safe. Some of those that I deem kind of important. This right here, the Real Long Walk, is really the one that I'm thinking of the most when I think of that. Plus like a lot of Minecraft videos I'm finding important. Minecraft Bingo, it's not that big a deal, but the Obsidian Gate servers, KeeperCraft, those are good times spent with good folks. So I would like to keep those, if I were to ever have to start a second channel, those would be videos that I would want to be on that channel, So yeah. But there's no way to back them up right now. So I've been putting it off and not doing it. I'm gonna have to find a way though. Also, I don't have the most reliable internet, so I don't relish the thought of having to reinstall a lot of games. The odds are I wouldn't have to it wouldn't be just a lot right off the bat, but there are some larger games that I do have installed that I don't want to have to download 10 gigs to play again. Which one was it? There's a game that 10 gigs that I played. I can't remember what it was now that I think about it, but it was a don't want to have to re-download that. Anyway, yeah. Eventually I'm going to do it, probably at some point in the future, within the next, by the year 2020. I've still got the free Windows 10 upgrade I can do, so yeah, that might be a thing. So yeah, that's kind of my computer troubles here lately. Been I guess it's mostly just procrastination and overthinking and worrying about more than I should, But anyway, Did anybody play the Overwatch beta? I've been hearing about that game for a pretty good while. I listened to the Co-optional podcast. I mentioned it a few times before. It's a podcast with Total Biscuit and JC Cox and Dodger. Not Cone Dodger. There's another Dodger out there. And they're professional YouTubers with quite a bit of clout in the community. And I don't know if Dodger. I don't know if she played World of Warcraft, but I do know that Total Biscuit and Jesse started, in WoW. So obviously, when there's a new game by Blizzard, which is the maker of World of Warcraft, they're definitely going to be interested in offered, access to those games earlier than other people to help cover it, and inform, people, potential consumers, before it comes out. So I've been hearing about this game for a while. They've been playing it for a good while, and it's always sounded interesting. And I was, thinking that might be a fun game to try. Well, last week it came out into open beta for everybody to play for a week. Yesterday was when it exited. They actually extended it by a day. I didn't have time though to play it. Dang it! That extra day, but yeah, that game is fun. It's really fun. I'm not exactly a first-person shooter fan. I will play some, especially story-based ones. Like the BioShocks. I played those on my channel. The Half-Lives. The Portal, I guess, really isn't a first-person shooter. Not really. I played Team Fortress 2 a decent amount. Not a lot. Probably about 16 to 20 hours over the course of 2.5 years is how long I played TF2. But yeah, I'm not that good at them, especially competitively speaking, which is why I like the single player experience quite a bit. But I did play Overwatch. Probably got in a good 2.5, 3 hours. I played it for a video, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty fun. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to play anymore because I might want to. It might make me want to play it more. And then I was stupid enough to play it again, and yeah, that's what happened. I wound up wanting to play it more. I'm actually pretty decent at it. I won't say good because that would be untruthful. I will say I think I won more than I lost, which is surprising. And well, yes, surprising. That's the word for it. That's the correct word to use for that show. Yeah, it was very fun. And even when I lost, I still had fun, which is good. Because if there's ever any point that you're not having fun, then, well, what's the point of playing the video game? That's what they're there for, to entertain and relieve stress by that entertainment or the challenge, I suppose. But anyway, it's supposed to be fun, and it was. It was very fun. And I do almost regret that I played more of it because it's going to be 40 when it comes out on the 25th, I think, 24th to 25th, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna hate that I can't play it. I don't. $40 is not a bad price. It looks like it has a lot of value, especially considering that there will be updates from what I hear. In the future, either I don't know if they're adding more characters to it, but there will be new maps and that sort of thing. And those will be free, so the people who pay $40 will get that stuff like that. So it's good value. It's It's probably value that I will get out of it, but you know, spending $40 on anything, you know, that's not groceries or bills or anything is something that I don't feel comfortable doing right now, and it's bugging me. Also, dang it, with video games, I found out another thing that I want to get, another game. Freaking Final Fantasy X is coming out tomorrow on Steam. The Final Fantasy X and X Remastered Edition. And I looked at it, and to make me feel even worse, my computer can handle it. I was like, hey, if my computer can handle it, it's not an option. I don't have to worry about it. But my computer looks like it could handle it very handedly, and so yeah. And the other problem with a game like that is, well, getting the value out of it. The game would definitely, if I played through it all, I would definitely, certainly, get my value out of it. But a long-term RPG is something that I don't know if I have both the time and the patience to play through it, you know, like I once did. I have tried to play games like that, and I very rarely finish it. I was so psyched for this guy coming out a couple months back. Almost 3 months back now. Guess what game I never finished? The answer is this guy. Whoever guessed that, well, I mentioned it for a reason, so you don't win anything. You figured it out. It wasn't exactly a tough thing to figure out, I should say. So yeah, that's if I were to play it, if I were to get it, I wouldn't be able to guarantee myself that I would play it to completion, and that would not make it worthwhile. I have played it before. I played it on PS2. I love that game. That is my favorite Final Fantasy. Easily. That was the first 3D Final Fantasy that I played. A lot of people love, Final Fantasy VII. That was the one that just wowed everybody with the visuals and the storytelling and the stuff like that. Well, that game is Final Fantasy X to me. I love the story of it, and a lot of people don't like the leveling system, but I actually found it pretty fun. It's I don't know, I just really like that leveling system. The way that standard RPGs work is you have a certain amount of XP. You gain XP by killing monsters, of course, and when you gain enough XP, you level up. Ding! Your stats go up. Your hit points go up. Well, things go up. Okay, you might learn new abilities, new spells, depending on your class. That sort of thing. And I mean, there have been other ways to do it, but that's kind of the basic. It's the basic leveling. There's been games like I think 5 is the first one that had like a class. Class, is that the job? That's the word I was trying to say. Where you have your levels that affect your base stats, and then you have kind of a job. A monk or a white mage, that sort of thing, and you gain points, you gain experience, but you also gain experience in that job. And as you level up the job, you you gain new abilities like that, and you can switch between jobs, and I think you can switch between jobs, and you can switch back and be back to to where you were in that job. You can mix and match and strategize, do what you need to do. In Final Fantasy X, there are I think there are characters that can only use some abilities. I know there's a character called Yuna who she summons, and other characters cannot summon. But the way it does work is there's this huge grid with all these orb places, and you move around the grid. It branches about, and it'll have like hit points +5, MP +5, strength +1, that sort of thing. Different stats, and there are abilities, and you just go around, and you can you build your character that way. There will be different branches, so if you're having trouble with one thing, if you keep running out of MP, then you can be like, well, every chance in that grid, I need to get more MP so I can keep using those abilities. Or if there's an ability that you want, like a cure spell or whatever, then you can go directly for that, and then the upgrades to it. And another thing is, the different characters will have every character is on the same grid, which means that basically every character can have the same thing. You can go through the same grid, and you can be like, you want this character to have this ability? Well, hey, you can have this other character have this ability. Now, you might have to do some finagling to do that, but you can do that. You want them to have Meteor, which I think is a powerful spell, and I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played it. Now, Meteor is a powerful spell in Final Fantasy, period, but I'm having trouble remembering how powerful it is in that one, or if there is even a Meteor spell. I'm sure there is, because, well, it's Final Fantasy. That's just, I enjoy that. I could customize my characters however I wished. I guess kind of the argument against that is it perhaps makes characters less specialized. You could technically make Yuna very powerful. She could smack things and actually cause damage, which would make her not as useful, potentially not as useful in the role that she was intended, which is a kind of a, I think she's kind of a white mage role, basically, with healing, and she can summon crowd. Or you can make Auron the healer if you so wish. He's a tough, bad old guy who makes me think of Elvis. He's not really old, but he oldish, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's the argument against using the grid system. It kind of makes it to where everybody can do everything. So, what the crap? You stupid! I'm already missing the new boats. Okay, please don't screw up this time, stupid boats. While I was on land near all the trees, I should have got more wood. But anyway, yeah. A lot of people didn't like it, is what I'm trying to say. And I did. I did enjoy that. And crap, me talking about it is not helping. It's not helping it at all. Dang it. But anyway, it's supposed to come out tomorrow. I guess I will look at reviews and see how well it's been ported over. I know that some games have not been ported over very well at all, so if it's a crappy port that doesn't run worth anything, then it's definitely not going to run well on my computer. And I guess that could kind of make me feel better about not getting it quite so soon. I'm hoping it's a good port, but because I would get it eventually. Just not sure. Not sure when. Probably not soon. Probably not soon. I don't know how much it is. I mean, hey, if it's like $5 off the bat, then yeah, I'll get it. I'm sure it won't be that cheap. Probably more towards probably the cheapest it would be about the $15, $16 range, which isn't bad, but especially since it's 2 games in one. But right now, I don't feel comfortable with that either. So yeah, that's my gaming rants. I want these games, and I don't think I either should or would get my value out of them, because I would get distracted and wind up not finishing them. Well, there wasn't a creeper there, especially since I just stood there like an idiot. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of a whole nother episode of The Really Long Walk. You heard me complain about things. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy about it. You just sat there and listened to me complain. Hopefully it really wasn't. Hopefully it wasn't really complaining, because that's definitely not the way I meant for it to sound. So anyway, guys, I will go ahead and say that I sincerely hope you guys enjoy the video. I will try to be back on Friday with another one. Hopefully I'll have something to talk about then. Always feel free to give me stuff to talk about that's deep. In the comments, feel free to give me stuff to talk about. Either questions or just something you want to hear my opinion on. Note that I'm not exactly the most knowledgeable person, so I may not have any knowledge to have an opinion on something, but you know, if you want it bad enough, I will try to have one for you. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode. And how far have we gone? 1,203,924. Woo! Now 25. Ha ha! I'll see you guys in the next episode. Farewell.